Sam? Oh, where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Did you say him, huh? Where is Waldo? Where is Waldo? Where? Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? There he is. Ah, summer.
Don't know where Waldo's at, but it's Teddy Ball game. What's up, kids? Matchup number 2. We'll see what's up with this one. It's an interesting one. We have New York City Ted, aka my Asian brother, my boy Cliff, living up in the Chi-Town, CHI. I think that's like Chinese if you spell it for. Yep, it's Chinese, but we're Vietnamese, so it is what it is. Versus, I'm the winner. Winner. Anyways, yeah, these two teams are a little intriguing here. Don't really know where to start. I guess I'll start with this then. ESPN has New York City Ted. I guess we'll call him Manningception. Interesting name, good play on words. Eli Manning, Ben McAdoo's offense from Green Bay. Yeah, Giants offense have been sucking all preseason, and hopefully they learned, how to play in that, because obviously Eli's no Aaron. Sorry about the Giant bashing, but just not a big fan of any of the New York teams this year. Anyways, to get back into things here, so ESPN's got Cliff, or Manningception, at 113. They have I'm the Winner, Mr. Scott, at 89. Well, it's a pretty big discrepancy there. You're looking at close to a 24-point spread. I disagree with ESPN, and not a big fan of their projections. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start off with the New York City Ted, or Cliff, or Manningception. I'm just going to call you New York Ted. Much easier. Anyways, Russell Wilson. Oh, wait. Not a bad... yeah, no, your draft was terrible, dude. Not to be blunt and everything like that. Sorry to have screwed you on my Pong skills. Because, yeah, you were picking like 8th or 9th or something like that. Anyways, pluses, I would say. Wide receivers, I guess. Like I said, Victor Cruz and maybe a different offense coordinator's game plan would work out well. But I haven't seen much from him. I've seen in preseason, and maybe it's just preseason, pretty much Ruben Randall and Jarrell Jernigan catching most of the balls. Whether or not the first team offense was... our defense that they were playing was keying up on Victor Cruz, but hopefully he'll get back to his form. Hey, I'm trying to pull for the Giants. So, it's Manning by proxy, Payne's little brother, Colts, and all that stuff. So, we'll see. And then running backs, Arian Foster, Mr. Old Man Lakes. Hopefully he doesn't tire out and get injured 4 games into the season or 2 games in the season. Dear God, I hope not. Hopefully he gets back to form like how it used to be. And then Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defense, will they be number 1, 2, top 3 defense again this year? Like last year, we'll see. MJD, running back by committee. MJD and Derek McFadden. I did hear though he is possibly going to be doing some kick returning or punt returning for Oakland, so we'll see what happens with that. Phillip Rivers, 2 solid quarterback. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's not much to brag about here, except for Russell Wilson. I'm high on Russell Wilson. I've said that probably in other matchups this year that we've posted for the first matchups. I think that, like I said, he's not going to be a game manager anymore. I think he's going to take more chances. And if Percy stays healthy and you got Lynch there as well, it could be a little scary. That awesome defense and that stalwart defense, along with some offense in there, they could make them very much a dangerous team to play against. So I like Russell Wilson. You know, I'm giving him 15 points against Green Bay. Could be more because Green Bay's defense over the last couple years has been up to par, and they've had issues a lot, and they've needed to rely on their offense, which I think their offense will put up points, but it's not going to be the points that everyone's talking to Aaron Rodgers going to throw up to his insanely crazy receiving corps and the beast of Eddie Lacy. So Arian Foster against the Redskins. Like I said before, if he can show shades of what he's done in the past, and if he can, you know, play like he knows how to play, we'll see. I mean, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick, so there's not really much going to be passing and throwing there. It's mostly going to be a run game. We'll see what happens. You know, I give Arian Foster 10 points against the Redskins. That's just a guess. I really don't have a strong opinion as to what he would do. CJ Spiller. You got Fred Jackson there, man. F. Jax. He is the, you know, CJ's a big guy. He can do a lot of running, a lot of yardages and everything like that. But Fred Jackson, he's a big, big boy. And seems, I don't know the stat who had more touchdowns, CJ Spiller or Fred Jackson, but I gotta believe it was Fred Jackson. And he may be getting up there in age, but he can still throw it down and hit those blocks and make those cuts. So, Jordy Nelson, Victor Cruz, and T.Y. Hilton. For the first game this year, it sucks that you have Jordy Nelson and you're playing against Seattle's secondary, because Seattle's, they're beasts, man. They're tough to play against, and you know, hopefully he is one of the 3 receivers that's open and not locked down in coverage by Sherman and the crew. So we'll see. I've got Jordy Nelson putting up 8. Victor Cruz, I'll get his yardages and everything, but I don't see any touchdowns. Give him 70 yards with 7 points. Then you got T.Y. Hilton. I know this very well because I'm a huge Colts fan, but T.Y. Hilton only put up the numbers that he did. He's a speedster. He's amazing wide receiver, but only because Dwayne Allen and Reggie Wayne were injured last year and they could not play. Reggie Wayne was on pace to have another career year with Andrew Luck, and then when he got injured, T.Y. Hilton stepped in. I don't see... Andrew Luck has more weapons now with Reggie Wayne and Dwayne Allen coming back, but T.Y. Hilton, he'll put up numbers, but I don't see him putting up numbers like he did last year. I hope he does as a Colts fan because, you know, want them to make the playoffs and go farther than than losing to the Patriots last year. So, then we got Greg Olsen, tight end, Cam Newton. You know, that guy's a beast. He scores with his legs, scores with his arms, so we'll see what happens there. Greg Olsen always gets his catches. You know, I give Olsen 13 points against tennis. I give Olsen 10 points against Tampa Bay because I think they're going to play too much coverage, and if they put him in the box, Olsen will get out and score a touchdown. And then you got the Chiefs defense against Tennessee. This is an interesting team. You know, you got Jake Locker, and then you got you know, Justin Hunter, Nate Washington, the crew. So we'll see how that goes. But I think the Chiefs will be able to hold them down. That front seven will be able to lock down that running game, make them one-dimensional. So I might give them 13 points all day, Cliff. I give you 80 points to try and beat I'm the Wiener. So we'll see what happens there. ESPN had you at 113. Looking at I'm the Wiener, good team. Not high on that too. Not too sure how he was drafted. I mean, aside from Drew Brees, you know, Randall Cobb down the road and Roddy White showing some consistency. I just don't know what's gonna happen there. You know, it's hard to tell. Couldn't tell if it was a rebuilding year. Scary on the winner, but I'm confused. So hopefully, you know, Rice has a good year and he starts bouncing back, and then Bo, you know, becomes Alex Smith's favorite target. We'll see what happens with that. I really think Joe Bell is going to steal all the touchdowns from Reggie Bush, so I think that's good. And he should be a play and swap out of Trent Richardson. Being a Colts fan, I know Trent hasn't been performing that well in the preseason, and even though he's had a full year under his belt, full OTAs and offseason under his belt, I gotta see it first how he performs in the game and all. So, Drew Brees, I give Drew Brees 27 because he's gonna light up Atlanta. New Orleans always does well, even though they're playing Atlanta at home, and Atlanta has a good home record. But Brees always puts up numbers. T. Rich, I give him 5. Darren Sproles 5, and Randall Cobb 5. Randall Cobb is going to be locked down. Like I said, it's going to be a coin flip as to which of the Legion of Boom is going to cover which wide receiver. Which 2 cornerbacks will lock up 2 out of 3, and hopefully I'm wrong and Randall Cobb breaks off for a touchdown, but I don't see that happening. Roddy White will have consistency. He'll put up 11 for you. Tavon Austin. Scott Hill, I don't know anything. I don't know how that's going to be in terms of the quarterback situation. Hopefully he, puts up some numbers. But Tavon Austin was much talked about last year, and he kind of fell apart and didn't really do so much towards the end of the season. Jason Wynn, always reliable. Tony Romo's outlet go-to guy, and if Romo's in trouble, he could throw us a win. So I like Witten. Give him 7 points. And then the Niners, give Witten 13 points. And the Niners against Dallas. Dallas offense, if they stay healthy, I think that it's going to bode well for them. And the Niners, they've been beat up. They've had a lot of personal issues on the defense. So we'll see what happens with that. But I got to believe that, the Niners will put up some numbers and put up a 7 spot. So, in a nail-biter, ESPN had you scoring 89 points. I had you scoring 81 points, edging out New York Ted, Cliff, my Asian brother, Manningception, by 1 point. Fortunately, you guys don't get the low score of the season because I think that was already given by somebody else in another matchup. Anyways, good luck. Hopefully I'm wrong, and New York Ted, you're my twin brother, man. Represent. Hopefully you come out with the win, but it's going to be a nail-biter. Go either way. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I will talk to everybody soon. All right, see ya.